88.5 FM is your only station.
His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent. His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
Because in this particular scenario, I will not tamper justice with men. Who is that arrogant homo sapien that was part of the production process of bringing this infinitesimal being into this wicked world? Young man, it is crystal clear that you're mentally unstable, and this idiot standing before us is a super moon. Because in this particular scenario, I will not tamper justice with men. Who is that arrogant homo sapien that was part of the production process of bringing this infinitesimal being into this wicked world? Young man, it is crystal clear that you're mentally unstable, and this idiot standing before us is a super moon.
See, this is a mendacious, perfidious, fallacious, erroneous, and egregious asseverations, allegations, avowal, and affirmation, unequivocally and uncontrovertibly certain that I did not fecund, propagate, proliferate, and fertilize this lady's prenatal chambers, ovaries, and ovum. Let me give you the utmost veracity, verity, and dinkum oil, and the cornucopia and gallimaufry of the ingredients of this pandemonium and conundrum. For donkey years and a month of Sundays, we are engaging in pata-pata, rumpy-pumpy, and coitus, but I must admit that I did not fertilize and fecund your ovaries, gook, and prenatal chambers. A verisimilitude harangue to my prescient, vigorous, and vociferously vehement gravitas correro. You see, this matter requires a Brobdingnagian ruminative introspection. As an aficionado and academic apparatchik, let me punctiliously and meticulously perorate and adumbrate. You see, it is lugubriously abysmal and dolorously lachrymose that the price of Naira keeps nosediving and plummeting in a pernicious, malignant, and maleficent nodus modus.
Languid, languorous, and in a financial comatose, they have the intrepidity and temerity to incautiously introduce the endemic and autochthonous excruciating bank charges. What a debilitating, attenuating, enervating, and exasperating situation. The totalitarians, tyrannical and tyrannous politicos, leave the masses in what I call happy-go-lucky and desultory attitudes. The prodigious charges, or if you like, call it taxation, has anomalously caused a proliferate, unabated, skyrocket cost of living in our milieu. Why create a financial tumult, a financial rumpus, in our pockets? The anti-penultimate lemma is melancholious and rebarbative, so it has to be barbiturated, proscribed, annihilated, and decapitated. If not, it will cause another financial banditism, financial dilapidation and lobotomization, financial precipitation, maladroit and malady. The charges has to be barbiturated, or else I will not koto in this boho. I will not koto in this boho. So Akatakpo and Ogenekaro, I will not koto in this boho. The charges has to be barbiturated.
Timadoma is my cousin. I was born in Nimakante.
You got birth certificate?
I come in now. Revin, take time. Revin, you divorce your wife 2 times. You divorce a 2 wife woman.
You see how you done lie? I only been married twice. I was divorced twice. You know jack about me. You don't want to say you would divorce your wife and she vote for CDC. Don't play with me. You don't know jack about me. You don't know me.
Timadoma is my cousin. I was born in Nimakante.
You got birth certificate?
I come in now. Revin, take time. Revin, you divorce your wife 2 times. You divorce a 2 wife woman.
You see how you done lie? I only been married twice. I was divorced twice. You know jack about me. You don't want to say you would divorce your wife and she vote for CDC. Don't play with me. You don't know jack about me. You don't know.
Another great day. Sam Toby, you've on, but before then, let's tell you how you can get your 10,000 Liberian dollars. The season is on everywhere. People are trying to make ends meet some kind of way to get $1 or $2. The business people are ringing bells over the various products. They are begging passers-by whom they considered human beings with money. They can at least buy one item. They are begging. They are practically begging. Believe everything I tell you, because for those of you who are out of Liberia, you wouldn't know, but we are here. It is the reality. They are practically, the business people, the sellers, they are practically begging everybody. Even if you can buy one item for them, it would mean so much. They're where we are right now. If you can just purchase a single item, be it spray, a blouse, a trouser, a cologne, whatever, they will be so happy. At least if they can beg 2 or 3 persons or 5 persons to buy, and 5 persons buy, at least they will go home and say, it wasn't easy, it's hard, but thank God, at least I made small money. So that what they have engaged into, they will beg you. That's what they are doing. They practically beg, and they will run behind you with the item. They will embarrass you to the extent that you feel sorry and buy, because it's not easy. They got families too. They got their children and their children on their back for Christmas clothes. The government is far from paying yet. So we thought it wise that you can do that. You can do that. You can do that. So you want to get 10,000 Liberian dollars, and this is how you get it: by playing the 3 wise men jackpot for just dial *799 *25 hatch, and then you put in 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50. That's all you need to do. Let's start playing. We are in the middle right now. We've got few days till the Christmas. So you need that 10,000. It is yours. It's not ours. Please take it. We don't want it. It's not for us. It is for you. So take it. Take it. And this is how you get it. Dial star 799 star 25 hash. Put in 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50, and then your 10,000 Liberian dollars in your account. So we've got the issues to talk about. Yesterday, I said that I was going to try my best at all costs to get a security expert in. Jerry Collin. Finally, I got through, though it was difficult, but I got through. And he was very resistive along the way, putting up several excuses here and there. But I pleaded with him and told him the reason. You guys owe it to the public. You guys are experts. When you see these things unfolding, you need to speak to it. In other countries, the experts avail themselves to help society. But in Liberia, the experts just sit and watch. So once the experts aren't sharing their opinion, the people who are within that place doing what they are doing, they will think that they are right. But when the experts are sharing their opinion, either before or after, it helps the society. It is a public education so that they will know. Because right now there is confusion. One group saying the place was set ablaze by those they refer to as persons of interest. Another group is saying they know nothing about it. And there is the group that is neither shifting blame nor believing what the police say. You consider that a neutral group. So it is a mixed situation right now. And in the midst of that, there is the confusion. So in other countries, they will call in the experts to share their opinion, and it helps. And you can tell from their analysis whether the government is saying the truth or the government is lying, or that truly somebody infiltrated and mysteriously set the place ablaze. You will get that because they know the bits and pieces of these things. So I beg him over the night so that he comes and share his opinion. He's good in that era. All right. Before we get to the issues we've got to talk about, I thought to share this with you. Somebody handed it to me, and when I went through it, it's interesting. I thought to share it with you. For parents, I think it's parents' creed or guide for their children, since it is a weekend. Let's go a bit therapeutic, and then we get to the politics. And in my opinion, it's profitable for upbringing. Yeah, what it says. This is an interesting one. If a child lives with criticism, he learns to condemn. If a child lives with honesty, he learns to fight. If a child lives with fear, he learns to be apprehensive. If a child lives with pity, he learns to feel sorry for himself. If a child lives with ridicule, he learns to be shy. If a child lives with jealousy, he learns what envy is. If a child lives with shame, he learns to feel guilty. If a child lives with encouragement, he learns to be confident. If he learns to be patient, if a child lives with praise, he learns to be appreciative. If a child lives with acceptance, he learns to love. If a child lives with approval, he learns to like himself. If a child lives with recognition, he learns that it is good to have a goal and pursue it. If a child lives with sharing, he learns about generosity. If a child lives with honesty and fairness, he learns with truth. He learns what truth and justice are. If a child lives with security, he learns to have faith in himself and those about or around him. If a child lives with friendliness, he learns that the world is a nice place to live. And if the child lives with sincerity or serenity, the child will live with a peace of mind. Somebody shared this with me, and I thought to share it with you also. It's a good one, and for parent or upbringing. Okay, this is it. This is it. Let's go, man. Let's get started. Let's get started. But we can without our anthem.
His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
Let's play. Let's start playing. I hope we are. And if we start playing and playing many times, we will win. Let's start playing, huh? Play the Keynes 88.53 Wise Men Jackpot. 10,000 Liberian dollars we are giving out today. You can play by dialing *799 *25 hatch, and you put in 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50. That's all. Let's start playing. It is the weekend. You need money, and you can win even up to 50,000. As many times as you play, you will win. So, where do we get started? Well, let's start with the lie, L-I-E, put out by Mr. President. I have said, and let me restate, in any situation, politics, religion, military, whatever the field, whatever, it is not about constant contestation or proving a point. Politics is not about proving a point to the next person in opposition or the people in opposition. Liberia's politics is childish to the extent that people put out or make it to be like it is a playground because they want to prove a point to the next person that they are better, they're doing what is right, and what the predecessor did, what the predecessor did not do, they are doing it unprecedented. Mr. President lied on, was it this week? It was between Monday Tuesday, they flooded Facebook, and some of them talked to radio stations to say that what former President George Weah did not do in 6 years, President Buaka, in just 1 year or under 1 year, has done the unprecedented. They went further with their propaganda that the United States government called President Buaka to tell him he has won for his government and country $500 million for development. And it went far and wide. Hold on. You can see now, and you want to believe why many would describe the president as a puppet, as a Mickey Mouse. And then you people who don't understand the reason behind the description, you get vexed. Do you know that what they did with Mr. President, they just disgraced the country again? America can never ever do that. America has its embassy here with ambassador. If America is communicating to this government, they will do it through the appropriate channel. They wouldn't take a telephone and just call president and say you have won 500 million. They created a scene by which they felt that they could prove a point and then make the opposition to feel that they made no significant progress. President Buaka comes to power, he's doing the unprecedented. So that evening, it was announced on the Executive Mansion website that President Buaka was going to make he was going to address the nation. Address the nation. That's what they said. That the president was going to address the nation. Beyond that, they started to say what was coming out, though they weren't definite, but they said that it was going to be a great news. Great news. I'm trying to figure out the word that they use. Great news. But it was like something unprecedented. Yeah, it was something unprecedented. They said, His Excellency, the President's office released this. It was 2 years, I think it was either Monday or Tuesday. His Excellency Joseph Yuma Buaka Sr., President of the Republic of Liberia, will address the nation now, meaning few minutes. So everybody was glued to the radio. Once it is announced the president is about to address the nation, everybody wants to hear what the president got to say. People tune in. There was a delay. I didn't listen to that address because we waited ever so long. Apparently, they were recording him, but few people say he spoke. What I heard the next day, honestly, I did not listen to that, so I can say. But the next day, when I got on the internet, from one end to another, his officials flooded Facebook and they quoted him. I should share few people. They flooded Facebook. Ebe Plaki, a staunch member of Unity Party, I do not know what is happening now. He's been marginalized. He's fighting at all costs. He hasn't had any job. He worked in Ellen's government with Buaka as vice president. He was director for media something. He was the person who coordinates the press briefing. Later on, he rose to, what's the position? Assistant press secretary. He defended Unity Party to the left. So he felt that with Buaka coming in, it was easy for him to be drafted into the government. Since January till now, nothing has happened. He's still hoping. So what he does is he goes from radio station to radio station. He gets on Facebook and, putting out his defense. He writes, Liberia qualifies for second MCC Compact 500 million. This is laudable. JMB strong. Then Mo Ali came out in no time. He said, it's going to be a watershed news tomorrow. It's going to be a watershed news tomorrow. The managing director of NPA, Sekou Hussein Dukle, he took him out. It was just one after another. He said, breaking. President Joseph Boakai has announced he has received a congratulatory call from Washington, D.C. that Liberia has qualified for the Millennium Challenge Corporation grant. First time since 2015, Liberia has successfully passed the U.S. governance triggers for fighting corruption, rule of law, etc. Again, this is a grant. JNB will build this country. Then here is Martin Colley. He said, this is a big win. We gave this one up for President Boakai. US 500 million is 58.7% of our national budget. It can build 470 miles of paved roads. Another hydro plant can be built. Why is it a win? It is not a loan. We are not paying back, and on several. Now, the American reacted, the US government reacted, and here is the main reason why the US government reacted. The US government did not react solely on the basis of the money and how the information went, which is also significant, is part of that, but they gave out an information that will even to some extent place a dent on the procedural diplomacy of how America channels its information. Like America is so obsessed with Unity Party and Joseph Boakai that they will just sit and take telephone and say, President Joseph Boakai, you won 500 million. So they flooded that, they quoted the president. Now, I want to believe it is true, probably, that they may have called him, or they may have just given a hint, whichever. I do not know. But his officials quoted him as saying that the U.S. government called him and congratulated him for winning the MCC compact of 500 million. That is the reason they flooded. Today, the U.S. government moved after literate logicians from the other side of the political divide said, no, but that's not how it works. You can be so excited that you're going to get 500 million. You are eligible, and understand what eligibility is. So you can claim that the American government has given you 500 million United States dollars for development because you have passed, quote unquote, the MCC criteria. And what eligibility is, the argument that the guys from the other side who reasoned well, because their argument was that no, it doesn't say that you are about to receive the money. It only means it puts you in a position, and that position implies that you have several conditions or benchmarks you will still have to meet. So don't be excited that you have received, or the U.S. government called you to give you 500 million. Eligibility is simply having the right to do or obtain something, satisfying the appropriate conditions. Satisfying the appropriate conditions. That's what it is. You are eligible, but it doesn't say that it is absolute. There are certain conditions. When you go, the National Elections Commission, all of us can see it here. It is the word that the National Elections Commission use. You can apply. NEC will go through everything with you, and they will tell you that you are eligible. Beyond that, you ought to meet all of the benchmarks. When you have met those benchmarks, it's when they consider you as candidate. It is when they consider you as candidate, meaning from the very beginning you are eligible. But your eligibility will not take full effect and will not be formalized when you have not met those conditions. It is the same as waking up and you say you enter in the university and you go through all of your processes and then you say you can apply for graduation. The university will not tell you it's nonsense you are saying. The university will listen to you. But does that mean that you're going to have it? You find yourself to be eligible for graduation, but you have not met all of the criteria. You have not completed any program for graduation, but you find yourself to be eligible. That's the other side of it. So the American government came out to say, oh, come on, Joseph Boakai, you claim to have 14 or 42 years experience. Why are you allowing the people to use you that way? Something has not been concluded, yet you go with an announcement. So let us help you out. That's what the U.S. government said. Say, let's help you out. They say, oh, look, come on, chief, take time, don't rush. You have not received, we have not decided on anything 500 million to give you. Now, hear what they said. They taught Boakai and his people simple lesson. And reasoning, comprehension is not for everybody. But I want to believe most of these people, they know. But because they realize that when you're in government, you have to play to the gallery of the president so that you continue to have your 5,000, your 10,000, you live good lives. But it's so bad. Okay. So you hear what it's saying. The Millennium Challenge Corporation has selected. Hold on. Let me. I coming back with this. Hold on. Very interesting.
His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
So the U.S. government says the Millennium Challenge Corporation, MCC, has selected Liberia, underline that was selected, has selected Liberia as newly eligible to develop a compact. Liberia was selected as illegible in recognition of the country's commitment to pursuing critical economic and democratic governance reforms. MCC expects all partner countries to continue to demonstrate an ongoing commitment to the principles of inclusive democratic governance that underpin MCC's eligibility criteria. Now listen, the third paragraph. The U.S. government says, eligibility does not guarantee that Liberia will receive a compact program. MCC and the U.S. Embassy look forward to working closely with the government of Liberia to launch the compact development process. When this came up this morning, they twist it in another way, putting different things that they are analyzing, stay in all kinds of stuff they were saying. But you want to be careful when certain things come up. Politics is not proving a point. Politics is just being real and honest. When it did not go the way you think it ought to go, you don't have to come up publicly, because you'll be disgracing yourself. You'll be making yourself shame. Now, you guys have to be very careful how you advise Bwaka to come out to say things publicly. What that statement simply told the president, you need to organize yourself and tell your people to advise you appropriately, because it is not how it works. We haven't called any president since this program to say you have won. There are benchmarks you ought to meet. When you meet those benchmarks, when you pass those benchmarks, we said, we will come out formally by the procedure of announcing that scheme to your country and the rest of the world. And you are not the only country, Mr. President, in Liberia within that program. That's exactly what they were telling Mr. President, that put on common sense next time. So you see how the guys continue to make fun of the president? You see it? The U.S. Embassy statement simply saying that you were wrong. You were wrong to have just come up publicly and say the U.S. Embassy called me to congratulate me. How would the U.S. Embassy call you to congratulate you that you have won? Then they come back and say you are not eligible for the compact program. Eligibility does not mean. Okay. Let's continue playing the cash giveaway. Play that star 799 star 25 hatch and put in $200 Liberian dollars or $1.50, and you'll have your 10,000 Liberian dollars. Let's take a few calls on this now. I got other issues to talk about. My guest is in already, so that we get started with the conversation. I want him to have a little bit of time so that he can explain what he has as a security personnel. So you can have your say on this one. 0772 23 99 33 0886. That's the WhatsApp line. 0886 30 44 97. The female line 0777 98 0375. And you are on Real Talk on Kings 88.5 with me, Sam Andrews. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, this is Samurai Johnny for Point 4 to be precise in Zimbabwe. Yeah, viewers, Andrew, you know, Bwaka people love breaking news that is not true. They saw in a place that they're bringing 250,000 scholarship program today that fake. The two of yellow machine, 85 people yellow machine today that fake. Now they say they're doing parking. Everything about the government is just fake government.
All right,
so let me go back with that. We never have 4-1 now. Viewers, Andrew. All right.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
How you doing, Sam Andrews?
I'm doing fine.
This is the rank of Gibraltar. I'm Johnny Hackman, and I call you for my convoy in Crystal Police, Bravo.
Let's hear you.
Thank you for the conversation. But you know, Sam, these guys all we put women they got forfeit on our party fees. Because these are people who struggling
to bring success to the Liberian people, and it is hard. These people then they won the election with lies, and they are governing. They still won't be lying to the Liberian people. They will succeed. They succeeded with their lies to come to power. So the people believe that the Liberian people believe in lies, so they will keep lying.
All right.
I mean, they just common comprehension, but this guy didn't understand what it means. But they believe that the Liberian people, the elected people are so many.
Okay,
so
thank you, sir.
Carry all this kind of art.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello, Sanju.
Good afternoon.
How you doing, my brother?
I'm fine.
This is the lady you on the line, calling from Clarota, Massif, commanding. I think they're joking. Everything that you think about the country, they may say you are having all the experience. They put a kid power and beyond Boka and they were going to win to it. They want to say they will do everything. They be able to get food in Boka, put them in all over the place. Then the men just say everything they bring the country our black. So there you telling us that you done a challenge. You telling the first thing you say you win anything yet. You will win anything yet. If I say we have to you will win it. Then you tell people say you will fly away all over the place. They say you can't be your way, can't talk about pass away yet to us. What kind of behavior say they for lying to you? You're not in charge, right? You're not really in charge, Boka. They think they're supposed to do it to you. They're thinking like making ball. When they tell you so, you go there. They say so, you go there. It's wrong.
All right, my sissy.
It's not correct. That's life for our people.
Thank you.
Go out there and do it.
Thank you, my sissy. Hello.
Yes, Sam Andrews.
Good afternoon.
Philip Tamara from Obokawa. I saw that post from Mo Ali. Mo Ali lacks comprehension. The only thing Mo Ali specializes in following those little girls. I saw him, always loves to give this false information concerning this government. And President Biden need to be very careful. He need to be very careful. The way the government is proceeding is not really good for the Liberian people. So Mo Ali should have his comfort and forget about the Liberian people. Thank you.
Thank you for calling. Have a nice day. Hello.
Yeah,
I'm fine. Yeah, I'm fine. Thank you. And you?
Yeah, man. I think I'm okay. I'm trying. My name is Abraham Yuma. I call from Crystal Police. Yeah, you see, these people they just believe in lies. So when the scorecard came for them, they passed the scorecard because it's fighting that the American government can do for that American compass. They pass the scorecard before they start giving you anything beyond that. So this time around, when the scorecard came for them, so they know nothing, absolutely nothing about them. And when you say you support Boga, you will lose your sense of reasoning. So you will not think to do background checking before you come out and say anything.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Once all of them just behave the same way, no different, all of them.
Thank you.
They don't reason. Thank you, Baba.
Thank you for calling. Hello. Hello?
Hello.
Your name and where you call from?
This is Joshua Silva calling from Banana Driver Market.
Let's hear you.
Yeah, my brother, Liberian people, they have to be satisfied. And they will always support it. God bless the nature. They get him be that get face that the human be. Or they will see people in chair, then they will check. What kind of they war for anything in this country, but they always elect them, doing champion. People have a lot of reference to say, oh, Baka has he do the one in this country. What is Baka? When checking the whole of this country, what Baka has done for Liberian people, and then they look at him with his TikTok because they will get a lot of leaders then that can lie. Then they bring Johnson in. They all stand to pour in the man here today.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Meanwhile, people be complaining already again. Then it's there. Then they Baka and then he do it right.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank
You
you.
did extremely well to spice up the first lap of it. So in the next few minutes before I bring on my guests, the guys are at the Monrovia City Hall. The lawmakers, the majority bloc, they chose the Monrovia City Hall for their sitting. They said the joint chambers got damaged, burned. But if you look at their sitting today, there are a couple of things that can come to your mind. One, if the place got badly burned as they reported to us, then it means all of the chairs over there got burned, except that they will tell us that the fire did not reach the speaker and the deputy speaker chairs, or it did not reach to where the majority bloc was sitting. The reason I raised in this because if you look at them, you'll see the chairs there. Leave that. How they feel now, when they sat over there over the years, they never thought contingent. There wasn't any contingency plan about that place as lawmakers. No one was futuristic enough. How they feel now, moving from one place to another. Some argue it doesn't matter once it is within the perimeter of the capital. But that is not the case. That is not the issue. How they feeling as individual lawmakers. You stay over there for all those years. You have all those money. You make all the allocations. You justify why you should have 45,000, 15,000, 20,000, 30,000. You argue to the extent that you will say it is budget item. This thing was in the budget. All because you want yourself to look good and people call you honorable. How are you guys feeling now? Going City Hall, embarrassing. People can't have the program there again because lawmakers sitting there. How you guys feel? If you guys had been thinking patriotic and nationalistic aside, there's something they call over the world, parliaments and other institutions, they have it, just in case there is an emergency. But you see, when we say Liberia is cursed, then those of you who are so sentimental, you can get vexed. Not necessarily that God cursed the country. God blesses, but the people can curse itself by refusing to do what is right so that the country moves on. Everybody concerned how they can fill their individual pockets, how they can rob the best of cars, and on and on. So you see what happened now? They're going to Monrovia City Hall to have special session. Lawmaker moving from one place to another. What a shame. What a disgrace. This hasn't happened in any country. Then the next thing I think I can share with you is what President Buhari did. The appointment, the man appointed former Chief Justice as the acting chair. AB talked about it last night. I'm just saying it in passing. And the reason I am talking about it in passing, because everybody within Unity Party now, in opposition then, they were loud, they were screaming, they were shouting. Oh, we are government did this. We need to find a better, all kinds of stuff. Why are they not talking about the little girl's death? So Buhari not concerned. He wasn't concerned about the girl's death. The family too. The family. I am surprised at the family. They're not screaming and shouting and yelling again. Their concern was only to get Gloria's car out. So it was nothing, and it's nothing to them of the girl, how the girl was murdered. So all that the family have been doing all over the place, it was just for one person. Why can't the race concern and people who are supporters of this government in opposition yesterday were on CDC back for this thing, that they must find the murder? Why are they not talking now? Mr. President, please make sure we go to the cross of this thing. We agree that you brought Gloria Scott, but as our leader, let's go to the cross. All of them are excited. They flooding Facebook again that the president has done good thing to appoint Gloria Scott. Let me tell you, listen, Buhari set a bad precedence. You know what's going to happen in this country? Not only has he set a bad precedence, but every leader that will come to this country now, they will do it according to their will. What he did, coming, flouting, disrespecting the law, putting Gloria Muscat outside by intimidating the court to bring his friend, because he did it on friendship basis. He did not regard the law. Since it was CDC government that put her in jail, CDC government is a trash, they're not around any longer, they be done my will. The next government that will come, every interest they have in prison, everywhere and in other places, they will move. This country is in a dire situation. This country, you're overlooking it now. That situation people can feed on. They make reference to it and they do it. Oh, yes. So my argument is simply the girl now. Why you can't look up You appoint Gloria Mususka, so it finished now. Okay, that's it. And then the Central Bank of Liberia. The Central Bank of Liberia, the beef of security because of the fire that took over the Capitol building. So had it not happened, they wouldn't have done it. Interesting country. Anyway, time is of the essence. Let's continue to play the King's Card giveaway. My guest is in already. He is one of Liberia's veteran security persons. He's been in the corridor of the security sector of this country for several years. He served as VIP to 2 or 3 presidents, if I'm not mistaken. If I went to him, if my information is not absolute, he will correct that. But I know he served with him there, and he knows exactly how this matter can be resolved in terms of investigation and all of those other stuff. So I thought to bring him in, given the situation we have at hand, that the confusion is all over the place. The people thinking, the police say, oh, these people did a persons of interest. The public say, but what is happening? Who actually telling the truth? We can really fathom what is happening in this country. The next day, the speaker wing lock, the ceiling broke into the speaker's room. The wires are caught after the police said they went in there. Too many confusion. So I thought to call Jerry Colley. It had been very difficult to get him, but finally I got hold of him, and he's in. Let me say thank you so very kindly, Captain Colley, for accepting our invite to come in. I appreciate it, sir. Good afternoon and welcome to Real Talk on Kings 88.5.
Yeah, good afternoon, Sam. Good afternoon. Good afternoon to the Liberian people. We are around. We'll continue to observe the political landscape over time and see the functions of government.
Observing politically and security-wise.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Let's get started. Let me firstly get your understanding, how your observation of the country, governance-wise, how you've been observing it. What's your perspective? Because your intro say you've been observing. So let me get your impression.
Well, Sam, it's quite unfortunate. In Liberia, the country that fought for change and killed over 300,000+ Liberians. Today, are going the wrong way. 100% the wrong way. Liberians have become mere beggar to their own economy. Mere beggars in the street for their own resources. Few handful of people are claiming Liberia to be their personal property. And the government, that is the administrative arm of the state, the government is in so many mistakes. The government is not doing well for the inhabitants of this country. The 3 departments of the government, quote unquote, are not functioning. They are not coordinating their activity. They are not cooperating their activities. So our constitutions have been put aside. And the government is functioning based on the minds of individuals presiding over the 3 departments. This is how I would do it. If I do it like this, it will be right. And not following the security of the state. The Constitution is the security of the state. Today, Liberia, we're not respecting our constitutions. Yesterday, Liberian cried wolf cry Day before yesterday, we were seeing it. I was in the vanguard. President Salih arrested me. President Salih jailed me because I was advocating for the right thing. And one of those things I said, and they will always come to pass. I said, President Salih, your actions is pulling time bomb over Liberia. And when the bombs blast, nobody will hear the sign, but the particle will touch people. From the insurrections of President Salih's government out to the end of the government, a lot of people were killed on the highway, in community, and the perpetrator was not brought to book. It went through President Weah administrations. He could not repair it because the foundation was not solid for his government to sit on functions. And Liberians also look at it that, hey, it will go this way, it will be fine. It will not also fine for us. Today, the party government is now in charge. The situation is worse than ever before. People are being killed in other corners, in other street corners. The perpetrator has to be brought to book. What is our security sectors? Our security sector is not functioning. It's regrettable when taxpayers pay the taxes and you take the money you pay our security sector, then you politicize the security sectors. They cannot function according to security or national security standard. They function the way and pleasure of individual. How can this country grow? How can the investor come into the country? How can young people get job opportunity? How can people visit development in the country? Words are less meaningless. Actions is meaningful. The crisis in Liberia, the capital building, we've been hearing it.
We'll get to that. So your impression is, since the coming in of the Unity Party government, they have not done anything significant to give the people the impression that, yes, they elected the government to make a difference.
We have a government to make a difference.
They haven't.
They haven't.
But they argue that they have done significantly well in under a year.
Yeah, but that's it. 1 year period is all about saying words, no actions. We have a 285 yellow machine. Where is it? Some of our colleagues were up there. I remain mute on that thing until the end time.
Why were you muted on it?
Because I wanted to see the actions. I wanted to see the facts. But when the president made two different statements about it, I felt shame and I felt that Liberia is at one disgraced country because the president is the last man to speak. But when he made two different statements, I knew that there was nothing going on.
Why all of those things are happening, all those failures in 1 year or under 1 year, why you think they are happening or they aren't coming to fruition?
Because the cooks are plenty in the kitchen and they all want to make sure that the soup is sweet to their own taste. What do I mean? Everybody around the president want their own power, want their own strength. They want to prove who they are. And the president is not making critical decisions by himself. People mislead the president on a daily basis, giving false information, and he's not thinking critically. These informations, let me investigate, let it be reality before I can come out to the Liberian people.
He isn't independent of thought.
That's what I feel. That's what I feel. A leader is not an engine to be accelerated. A leader should be independent A leader should be someone who will think critically to make critical decisions for the inhabitants of the country to the benefit, not decisions that will bring shame and disgrace to the country. Our international partner are watching us. Sam, what do you expect of this government next year? When we had trouble in the first department of government, where do you think decision will come from? Say, look at Liberia. You as a journalist, I know you're doing investigation. You think we are in the 21st century? I agree. Arico has some crisis. I agree. Guinea has some crisis. I agree. Salon has crisis. Do your comparative analysis. See the security sectors. Compare it with our. Do your comparative analysis. No security, no growth. No security, no economic growth, no development. Hey, if the government, President Walker would not change the functions of this government, next year, I foresee Liberia in a different positions. And Liberian will stand out.
What kind of position?
I foresee crisis. Serious crisis. It may not be gone for crisis, but a Liberian will stand off for change. The Democrats we've fought for, we are not enjoying democracy at all. Democracy-led government is a critical government that look in every sectors. Is LU open by this time? How many 100 million went there? Why stay close? When would the high school graduate will be seeking college experience or educations to get the first BSc? What is happening? Parents are all in the street leaving the children, soon the money by 5 o'clock in the market. Who taking care of the generations after all? Who is taking care of them? How can the drugs will not take over the country?
Drug has taken over the country?
Of course. You think the drugs have been fight?
But they said they eradicated it.
Who told you that? On the daily basis, young people are involved into taking tramadol. Young people are involved into taking coach because it's not being fight. The DA is not independent. When the DA move one step, there will be a phone call. Hey, it's my brothers involved. When the parents are not guiding the children from school, giving them food, telling them take back change, wash your uniform, hang it, go rest. How can the student comprehend? How would the student not follow the Zogo, you might call it? What type of step are we taking to form, I would say, in the 21st century? Is this a step on the Capitol here?
You are convinced that the government got all their priorities wrong, upside down, and things not going to get better.
If the government will not change their function or her function, things will not go better.
Let's get to Capitol Hill. You follow that incident. That is the crux of our discussion. That's why I call you in as a security person. When the president went to Zion University in Pearl River and that incident happened, I spoke to you about it and you gave your version. And you said that the guys, the security people, are blunder, that had anything happened to the president, they will have been held responsible. fast forward, we have another damning situation, though it did not involve the president, but the first branch of government. But before we get there, how was it right, or is it still right in your opinion to have a divided legislature? And you want to explain the security implication of that?
Okay.
The first branch of government.
Yes, the first branch of government needed not to have a divided sections. I'm a student of government. The accusations made by quote unquote the majority leaders, but the proceeding is wrong. I'm speaking, I'm not partisans for any political party that have been rooting or rooting. I'm not a member of the CTC. I'm not a member of the Unity Party. I am a member of the People Liberation Party.
A dead party.
Don't mind it. One day it will suffer. The Senate ballot died.
It is dead.
But the party still exists.
One day it will resurrect.
The Liberian people still thinking about
it. It's not going to come to reality again, my man.
Who told you that? So no ballot in that.
So what are you doing presently to have it resurrected?
Well, we're thinking, we're putting our ashes together. Our political leader trying to see how best we can dialogue.
Who is your political leader?
Tapo Idu.
You will contest 2029?
Well, we have not come to discuss that.
You guys will contest 2029?
We will discuss that another time.
let's
go. Not get back to the capital.
Yes.
Their proceedings are wrong. 100% wrong. The accusations is for Nadi Kofa, who are elected by them, is involved in investment of so many $1 million. Nepotism and conflict of interest. Yes. For Nadi Kofa, you are dancing with him, wine with him here. You wine with him and dance with him. He left the country by the president invite to the port. President Funadi Kofa was there. The group themselves we don't want Funadi Kofa. Funadi Kofa said, I'm not coming. I cannot get on a private jet to come to Liberia because of the issues. I will stay until we can come together, the president and myself. Funadi Kofa got on the ground. My brother, here as you be. The accusation or investment of money, those guys who sit down over there, call themselves representative, that we elected and they don't know what they're doing, they could not have even leave the sections where they all were.
What's the security implication of that? That is the first branch of government.
That is the first branch of government. The first thing that we have to do is to sit under the gavel of Funadi Kofa upon his arrival. Send our man, and at the arrangement, I will move the motions that Funadi Kofa invested so money, and so he should recuse himself from over the legislatures or the sections for investigation. Then he set a committee to investigate Funadi Kofa. In the process, when he is wrong, you are responsible for the Liberian people money. They're not your powerful money. They're not your money. They're not your business money. You want that Funadi Kofa resign. We will not sit under your gavel so you can walk away with the money that we talk about. Even the 500,000, even the $50 US, that your powerful money that you accuse of Funadi Kofa of eating. Tell me, my son. And you don't want to investigate him. You just want him to walk up. You want him to resign. That's not the proceeding. It made it wrong in the process. And Funadi Kofa is saying, I will not resign until he can go through the process.
Shouldn't he resign for the sake of peace as people are arguing or proffering?
I think he had the right not to resign. He had a kind of integrity as a leader, as a politician. He wanted the right thing to be done. He could even sue for criminal manipulation. You play with the man character. You say he ate money. He invested money. He gave it joy to his people. He working in the interest of other people instead of doing the Liberian people job. Why can you sit this man down, investigate him, let him be wrong, hold him responsible for the money? If he can't pay, let him go to the third departments of government, the third branch of government, for interpretation of the law. You will be expelled from this legislature, be expelled until he can pay the money.
Let's go to the incident that happened on Wednesday. The police, we woke up on Wednesday morning and heard news of the building burning. It burned and it's down now. And the police call in some individuals as persons of interest, one the speaker, two Representative Frank Safoko, and others.
But the police are making big mistake. The police may burn up on the case. The police did not do well. What are you calling Frank Safoko for? You got private security there, owned by people. Who are these people? Send the eastern and the noise police are being on that ground. That money, if I were the police director and the fire outbreak, I will barricade the entire place. Even cold water seller inside, I will arrest them. And march everybody to the police station, police headquarters. And confront every single person, that including the police that are there, this private security that are there, the workers are there, and everybody. Then I launch search in the entire building. In every representative offices, I'll launch search. You're not there, you're there. I'll make sure representative be standing there, the speaker be standing there, will bust your door and enter. And make sure we run search. Who burned the Capitol building?
Why will you do that from a security perspective?
Because I want to establish a critical investigation that Liberian people should get resolved. Because if the result will be positive that it is a short circuit by current that brought the fire outbreak in the Capitol building, electricians will tell us when we are not going for infantry after massage. If it will be somebody hide, I will definitely know who did. I will grab the perpetrator and identify him to the public. That's a professional way of doing it. But everybody,
so that's what they should have done initially.
Yeah.
Calling of the area, make sure that all of those they met in the place,
yeah,
and be under their control,
yeah,
and search the entire building,
yes,
for probably either something that will be explosive,
yes,
or any other thing,
something like that.
That's how it works from security standpoint.
That's the first phase. If that's happening, you now establish who owns the private security. Is that person in the Senate? Is this person in the legislature? If the person is in the legislature, which block, which responsible block is in? The so-called majority block or the so-called minority block? Which side he in? Which side he supports? Even down to the Senate. Now from there, you will do an analysis that there is and facilitations, but this group allows somebody to infiltrate.
So can the police come up with anything convincing given that they allow, instead of calling off the area, as you said, as a security person, allow people to move in and out the entire day? People are moving in and out. Can they, or was the scene compromised by that?
But they compromised the case. They won't got no result. Trust me. You hear Sam? The police will not come out with tentative result to the Liberian people. They compromise the case. The first thing, you barricade the place. No representative enter. No senator enter. Barricade the entire Capitol building and search from room to room.
Because it is a suspected crime scene or a crime scene.
It's a suspected crime scene. So everybody there are prime suspect. But you got people moving up and down. The possibility of that person slinging in one office and say, I must start for here, and you allow him to go. Even the security at the gate opening, arrest all of them. Who is the security commander there? Who was commanding the police assigned there that night? Because saying this crisis between the people, they be having police there. And police for that matter. Who was that security commander? In the morning time, did he carry on roll call? Because the high joint security perform.
All of the LNP officers that were assigned that night up to the morning needed to be rounded up for investigation.
Yeah, of course. You correct everybody, disrupt him. You incarcerate them for investigation. Yes. Whether the commander did a roll call. The first thing in the morning time when the security is assigned, by 5:30 to 6, you must do a roll call to know your men on ground. Whether somebody left.
Is it possible? Is it within its security setting that a statement, a political statement, can be used in a situation like this? Specifically, they are holding Representative Frank Safoko for using this expression in July that he would burn session. So the police immediately took that, called him as one of the persons of interest. Does that have any connection from a security standpoint, sir?
But he had a connection, but at the last phase, that the conclusion point there, first I focus, you gotta let him be loitering around and get intelligent on him.
So it was early, it was premature to have called him as a person of interest.
At that time, when you even got the perpetrator outside, you think Friends Advocate were on duty that night? Was he underground that morning? Who can come out and say I saw some Friends Advocate by 6:30 that evening at the Capitol building? Who can come and say I saw him there 6 o'clock that morning? Nobody. Friends Advocate was to a house. So why you call him? The perpetrator, the prime suspect have been gone. How can you be successful? You barricade the place. Everybody in there should be arrested.
You said that is the last aspect.
That is the last aspect of inviting him. But in fact, before you call friend, you didn't have to call friend Safoko. If he implicated you, you will know, and you will go arrest him. You will know from your investigation. But the man said, in fact, he was angry with Funati Kofa, which is member of the block today. If the matter is not handled properly, we will burn down one of the sessions in July this year.
The expression burning the session, is it the same as burning Capitol building?
But it's two ways.
Because
let me tell you,
that is one of the arguments.
Politically, you can say, we'll bring this place down. It's a figure, let's speak. It doesn't mean that you will take live fire and pull in the place. Heated argument between politicians can be burning down the place. So Jerry Colley said, "Damn bomb is hanging over Liberia. And the bomb is blasting, nobody hearing the sign. But the particle will touch people." When I said it in the mansions. Said it talking on the 26th day, the mansion caught a fire. Will you arrest me because of that? No, I was speaking politically. There will be things that will happen in this country, you will not get the perpetrators. There will be things that are happening in the country, there will be no security. Because the amount of fun you carry in the security sectors, it's not fine. The professional people that are there, you throw them out. You recruit a new brain. And the era you recruited a new brain, it's all about money, no passion.
They also argue one of the reasons, if not the only, that the speaker made a Facebook post, one word, Alamo, and in no time he took it. And so the interpretation was that it has to do with war, and the police did not go to that. The police did not. People told the police. So based on that, they call in the speaker. Does that make any reasoning insecurity?
My brother, that's what I said. The sessions are being politicized. So the real work is not being done. The real work have been upside down. They're going politically to do the job. The security work for the burning of the Capitol building have been turned upside down. They had tampered with the case. To establish the case, you can't get positive results. That money, with that money, you could have a solid foundation in the investigation. But the foundation is almost, the foundation is escaping. The ground is not solid for the foundation. Then you see, you have flasher in the wall. You see how you have flasher in the wall. The wall will not be solid anymore. The wall will crack.
You convinced as security expert who been in the business and you conducted several investigations. What happened over there? Do you have, or are you convinced that somebody from outside set that building on fire?
Well, I don't want to be like the president who say the person who burned the place, that hooligan burned the place. I don't want to be like that because he had made a decisions. So if you follow his statement, that's an internal activities.
No, the question is, as a security expert who knows, and you have conducted several investigations, given what you have gathered over the time, you haven't gone on the same, but you have gotten bits and pieces. You convinced that somebody, given that what they said, that somebody came from outside and set that place ablaze, or it was something eternal and they don't want to admit.
It's internal work. If you look at it logically, it's internal work. And they don't want the public to know. Because somebody want to say, this person said this, so that what this thing is happening. And somebody want to say, as long as these people are doing this, we do this for the people to understand that it is like this. So critically, if you look at it, the entire picture of the crime committed at the Capitol building, it should be designed and done internally. But the police made mistake. Big mistake. The security made mistake. The security made big mistake. It's a shame and disgrace. And you cannot blame the police director, though. You want to blame a hand tied behind him? I can see here more can talk. Because every sector of our police, our security, have been politicized. No more joint security in Liberia. We did the joint security training at the BDC. 90 days. You will see AFL personnel, immigration personnel, fire service personnel, national security personnel, and the police doing that training. After the graduations, you had joint security depot all around Monserrado County and its environment. Before joint security men go for patrol, those that are going for patrol, you, the commander, have to list the names them if they carry on the armed series number for accountability. And such that the capital building, that building launching could have been in the hands of the veteran security, the veteran personnel. But individual interests, I don't know why you're talking about fanatical fight. Because everybody there got security firm. Down to the police, all the big guys got security firm. They're not come from interest.
Was it right by the security people to advise the president to have gotten on a saying that the crime scene, was it right?
But I'm saying
the
security advisor to the president is also making mistake. If I look at the protest day, look at the day of the protest, we also condemn the police for the actions. They will have a joint security there. The military personnel who are members of this joint security, they will be there with their arm. The military police who have been there, the Liberian National Police who have been there.
What will you have advised?
Let me come down and guard the protector so that they can present their plight to their leader.
What would you have advised? You will speak to that protest. What would you have advised if you were the security advisor, told the president?
I will advise the president not to go there.
Why?
To sign the book of condolence or to crime scene. I will advise the president not to go there. There are two angry forces fighting with different supporters. But let me tell you, a president not need to gamble his life. The president is not the only man that appear on such a crime scene. Then you have a solutions. Then you have the perpetrator. The president sit and wait for an investigation. The president get instruction to the Minister of Justice. He said more on the crime scene and make sure get instruction to the police director to bring the perpetrator to book. I want the result of this matter in some 2-hour time so the Liberian people can be informed what happened to the building.
They compromise. They expose the president's life.
The president to even danger. If a country that is not peaceful, we are enjoying fragile peace. Former military personnel are angry. If they were not thinking right, you will have terrorists. And when those actions are going on, terrorists use those actions to penetrate, to carry on their missions.
Did you see the scene, security expert colleague? Did you see the scene when the president, when they were all sitting, lecturing for pretty close to 2 hours on the crime scene?
But you see, if you look at the atmosphere at the time the president was there, it like something playing and everybody in the know. You didn't see it?
So they weren't concerned about insecurity.
No.
They weren't concerned that it's likely that something could blast.
No, they don't even care. The first of the matter is that I know what happened. So what should I be? Fear. If I want someone and kill somebody, the body is there. People go in there, I go stand there. I will cry. The president going on that crime saying it was a threat. You don't know what happened in that building could blast. Particle from the wall could even could hit anybody, even the president. What will you say? Everybody say now relax. Everybody relax. People walk to the president like they're walking to an ordinary man. Every President Boaga got to be very careful. The presidency is not a township job. It's not a commissioner job. The president of the Republic of Liberia, everybody have given you their strength, their ear, their mouth, their idea. We depend on President Boaga to make the difference for our success. For our children to go to school. Same. People have gambled their president life all the time. You saw what happened to poor rebel. It could be a serious assassination. Somebody coming to cross, the president had to fight for himself. Why that man had nerve to the president too?
He fought for himself. He fought to
He
save
fought
himself.
for himself. At the time, he fought for himself. The president fought for himself. He had removed that guy hand. And you know the old men are all soldiers now. He used some combat tactics. He removed the guy hand.
Did you say old soldier?
Oh, but President Waga, it's an old soldier. He was an old major during the President do time before elections.
Did you see him?
Yeah, I saw a picture. Yeah, with his major rank, with his officer C on his head.
But you didn't see him in person because you were very active by then.
He was very active and he was young at the time. I was not in the security sector. I was not a security man. I came to the system in 1986. At the time, he had left already. We had an election, we had some crisis, and then we were prepared. We got up prepared to protect the president. You don't take president job to be like a small child job. That's why you see all over the world, presidents are well protected. Because that man is the god of that country.
Should the police and other people pursue this further? Secondly, that crime scene, did the crime scene require people from here, or that the government needed to have held on and bring in, if they're really serious, bring in forensic investigators, fire experts who know all of those things from outside, if they are really convinced?
You got people in the country. If the security are going to handle our issues professionally, you got people in the country. You got people in the country that could investigate that matter and bring results. Not all the time you go out there to bring people to get your money to them when you got professional people here. The assistant chief of staff G2 still living. Thomas G. Prato living. Bring them in. They got some all national security personnel here. They're still living. Bring them on board. Don't all veteran. Get them the money. You see results. But the crime have been what play on. The crime saying what temper with. The perpetrator went by his business. Who are you going to hope as a perpetrator? The man who made statement yesterday, you were fired from there. What about the men that were there? Who is the prime suspect? The men that were there, who is the prime suspect? In the security, in the military, they say take in charge of the post and all government property in view. And they say you must quit the post when you are properly released. They tell you take in charge of the post and all government property in view. That's general order number 1. And that means when you sit in here across the road there, when there's a crime committing there, that's your responsibility. You go there and arrest the situation and pass it over to the proper authority.
How this is going to answer that, then we get to the line. How you think the investigation going to end? Anything substantive going to come out?
I think the investigation have ended. Because if the legislatures have not coming out, or whosoever coming out with a budget, $1.8 million for renovation, we're happy. They are having a result now. So that's a result. The high Ellen buying our mansion here. During 1990, she said they should break down the mansion that will be in three months' time, 93 time. When she became president, she burned it. 12 years! Perpetually. Money was going in the budget for that mansion. Would they say anything concrete there? It's Weah that ended the renovation of that mansion in 6-year period. Today, under President Waga administration, the Capitol building is burned. And they are putting money now. They are making proposal to get money in the library, in our budget for renovation. Who the engineer that went there? That get a cost analysis? Or even the initial capital? Who the engineer? Where the company coming from? Not even 4 days. Not even 4 weeks. It's a disgrace and shame.
Fire service said they will be out with the investigation in 1 week time. Is it possible given that massive destruction?
Well, I don't know which strategy they're going to use. I don't know which security tactics they're going to use. maybe somebody from in know the perpetrator. If somebody in know the perpetrator, in 72 hours time, the perpetrator can be brought to book.
Well,
Now I said, calling First Focal was a large option. All you needed to do, wherever First Focal go, you got intelligent. In this guy, now somebody who even look like security personnel. First Focal will sit down somewhere. Like Bremen, like boasting. Like you see, man, my uncle. He will say, I told him that I will burn that place. The place been burned. They will see the next action. Bang bang. He got Friends Focus own statement, catching him by his throat. Friends Focus said it yesterday in July. He can repeat it today in December. But the way the security perform, you can't get no result. If you get result, glory be to God. What I want for this country as a patriotic citizen is the betterment of Liberia. And I'm speaking as a Liberian, and I hear as an independent citizen of this country to get my view. And one of those professional security men, I served the country from 1986 to 2003, and the army was dissolved. 19 years, I'm not working. Every government can petition them of our back salaried because we needed the restructure of the armed forces of Liberia. And there is a serious problem in the country.
What's the right to have sentry pickups filled with armed men at the home of Representative Francois Foucault based on suspicion?
For what thing? Francois Foucault is a stakeholder, a representative. There are up 18 or 20,000 people elected him. Place a telephone call to the man. He said, oh man, we need your presence at the Liberia National Police Headquarters for cautionary. You need not send no arm to him.
What
do it by telephone.
What that implied, sending 3 pickup field of armed men.
It's a kind of flamboyant security mentor. It's a kind of threat to individual. The man is not insisting and not coming. You get place a call, you say, well, do it formally. You do one communication, one paragraph, and send it to him, chief. Please come to the police headquarters. I want to ask you questions. Yeah, of course he will come. If you refuse that, then you gave him minimum times or 2 days or 24 hours to report himself or SGP pickup. Liberian people will know you apply effort. But send 3 pickers to arrest him? Just a flamboyancy. I said, I hear somebody say, the police director want to see you. Are you calling me by phone? I'll go there. I'm a citizen. The police honor the obligation to bring civil unrest to the citizen of this country. Yeah, of course. So when they call you as a citizen, you need to go there. I said, where you want to be disgraced, with all their integrity, you need to respond to the police.
You trust the LNP? You trust the police? You trust this government's police?
That's what I'm always saying. Every government that comes, the police serve them the right way. There is no party police. But because the security sector have been politicized, people call it party police. The police is a Liberian people police, and it should be trusted. The army is a Liberian people army, it should be trusted. But it came to a time people call the army toe soldier, early soldier. The Boaka soldier now, because those guys who joined 2006, they are staying in the army. Are they Boaka soldier, the President Sali soldier, the Weah soldier? Whose soldier they are? They should be the Liberian people soldiers. They should be the Liberian people police. We should have 100% trust in the police based on functions, based on police presentations. That what Liberia should stand for, respecting our security sectors. But a bit police, so people look at it as a party police. For example,
you don't fully trust it. You live with a little bit of suspicion about the police.
Well,
it's based on how they go about handling situation.
That's all. The way police handle situation at times, you get confused. But Gregory is not all over the place. To handle it like an international experienced police officer.
Is he not?
Is he not all over?
He's not experienced?
He had an experience. That's what I'm saying. I said he approaching the issue. Gregory approaching the issue. You approach the issue like somebody who got international experience.
But he doesn't have.
He have, but he's not all over. So the element are functioning the way they want to feed. The way to feed.
Talk about the arrest of President Weah's former presidential aide or presidential aide. It's just that Weah isn't in power, but he's still President Weah's aide. Sekou Kalasko Damaro. The police, under Gregory Coleman instruction, will pick him up and straight to the South Beach. As a security person, assume that you are in the situation of the police director. Would you allow that to happen?
Well, you cannot just arrest a man. You cannot acquaint him with his rights under the law.
Because it was on the protest day.
You just saying straight to you got to acquaint him with his right. He entitled to lawyer. Then they send him straight to South Beach. South Beach is the last place. You arrest a man. You take him to a charge of quarter. Acquaint him with his right. Take statement from him, asking questions that will implicate him, or maybe you saw the actions, you charge him, maybe you place him under your custody. The next day, send him to court. It is a court that will investigate him, find him guilty, or ask for him to file a bond, and no bond, then he go to court. He go to South Beach. But you can't just grab a man or acquainting him his human right under the law, then you send him to South Beach.
Why they did not do all of those you outlined as a security person?
I don't know. For the record, I don't know.
But it under the law is compulsory that be done.
Yeah, a compulsory. They acquaint a man with his right. Now, when you go to court, the court will acquaint you with your right. That your right to say, I'm not wrong in the courtroom. That your right to say, we can compromise this. I'm wrong in the court. That way the court can acquaint you your right. So they will not just grab you and say, I can't remember South Beach.
Okay.
In fact, when the president of the Republic of Liberia that evening were on EABC, called him a phony, Captain Jerry K. Colley.
And let's go.
Order should be arrested.
Let's go on. I won't get to the line. So people got questions to ask you. The statement made on the crime scene by the president, was it right?
I said wrong. The hooligan that burned this place. So who's a hooligan? The president know that? For me, it's not right. I said the security advisor to the president is not doing right. Those who advising the president could not have gone there. The president could have made statement that day. The president could have said, Liberian, we have situations that will be repelled. Our capital building have been burned by an unknowing man, but the national securities are in control, have been ordered to bring the perpetrator on board. So be confident in us, in our government, that the perpetrator would be brought to board. By the grace of God, there were no human casualty, but our building have been destroyed. We look forward to see the security working to convince us why the act will carry on, but an individual, or if it is electrical fault, we will know at a later time. Thank you. God bless you.
That's what the president
That should
Sure.
that should have been the president's statement. But if you go on the currency, it's a branch of the people who burn the play, they are hoodooking, then you are making some decision already, and you're the last person to speak.
already compromised.
Whether that mean who say that, or record that mean who say that it was compromised, but the decision will be. That's what I was saying.
You're listening to Real Talk on Kings 88.5 with me, Sam Andrews, on this 20th day of December 2024. My guest this afternoon is one of Liberia's security experts, Captain Jerry Colley. You want to raise some concerns with him if you have any in the next few minutes. He got other issues to attend to. 0772 23 99 33 0886 30 44 97. That's the WhatsApp line. The women's line 0777 980375. Please do not hang on or historicize or just speak long. Go straight to the point. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah, let's hear you.
I'm joining you from Point 4 to be precise in Zimbabwe. Yeah, thank you for the studio girls in studio. If I were the president of Liberia today, I will appoint that man as the next police director. Thank you for his expert opinion. Blue and Sam Andrew, just make my day. You know the government that is in power, they just doing horrible things. They want to do the right thing. But Blue and Sam Andrew, that thing will come to an end 2029. God bless Liberia. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you for calling. Have a nice day. Hello.
Yeah, there's a master sergeant friend, John.
No, but this line is the women line. Don't do that. Okay, because you're a security person, I will accept. Hello?
There's a master sergeant friend, John.
Yeah, let's go straight. You already on.
Yeah, thank you for the captain who in there. He know me so well, but he said it better and he said the truth. And he must continue saying the truth. No fear. And you know who's speaking to me? I'm speaking now as Master Sergeant Frank Jones. And I'm scared of nothing. I just waiting. Anytime you make a move, move.
Okay, Chief. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Your name and where you call from?
Yeah, thank you very much for your show. This is our David Samuel. I join you for Ominga Market, the legacy of former President Weah. You see, Honorable Bwaka, let me call him honorable because he's our president. You know, the statement he made, he wants the investigator to falsely indict somebody. Are you getting me?
Yes.
He wants for the investigator to make decision in now with his statement because he appointed those guys. So when you measure your statement,
You went off 0772 23 99 33 0886 30 44 97. The women's line 0777 980375. Hello. Hello. You are on the air.
yeah, hello.
Good afternoon. Yeah, what is your name?
Yeah. Outside in Arizawi.
You said Zawe?
Thank you for the company. Yeah.
Zawi?
Arizawi.
Pastor Zawe?
Yeah. Outside Arizawi.
Oh, Harris Dawe. Harris. All right, let's hear you.
Good to hear from you. Our dynamic captain. You know, you said it all. I want to, commend you for the great elaboration that you have made to the Liberian people. To come to the part of the security. I mean, Liberia now has security, and you people are the ones that are supposed to, push the agenda. But chances are not being given to you people, or especially the AFL. Like you talk about the joint security, the thing that happened at the capital there was nothing like being on the ground, even to arrest the very situation that happened there. So how do we go about to, arrest people to get, the view of other people or to gather what has happened there?
All right, Chief.
So we will continue to, run into problem because of the political strategy that eliminated the whole, nation today.
All right, thank you. Hello.
Hello.
Your name and where you call from?
Good afternoon, Brother Chen.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, my name is Kevin Weah. I call from Freeport.
Let's hear you, Kelvin.
Yeah. Thank you ever so much for your studio guest, and I get it for a brilliant explanation. As a security personnel, well-trained security personnel, that's how you conduct security sectors in a country. To tell you that the senior brother is a veteran, he has been serving the country, and say what someone say is true. But the government in power right now, the way they do things, it made the whole country no understanding. I'm looking there.
Okay.
So thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you for calling. Have a nice day. 0 0. Hello.
Good morning, sir. Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
Good afternoon.
I want to calling from the Oro.
Janitor Colley.
Yeah. Whether the appreciate your single guests, yeah, make it clear to the bring people, and we are understand all of the people. Do you notice something here happened yesterday or for the so-called majority bloc? They said that the capital building brand, the whole is a focal. The scene here or Richard Kuhn and he, the WK using the scene here at the city hall when they had a session yesterday. You people need to take all those investigations.
Okay,
because
Chief.
Here, Richard Kuhn used at the capital building at the so-called majority, the scene here they used it yesterday when they have the session.
All right.
So
Thank you.
Investigations.
Thank you. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, hello, how are you?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay, I'm Charles Taylor calling you from Barnesville.
Charles Taylor.
Yeah.
Let's hear you, Charles Taylor.
Okay, a very big thanks to our studio guest. He has said it all. But there is one thing I want to say, just what he said. If you get any factual information again about the incident that took place, let me be the mama like bro.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Charles Taylor. Hello.
Hello. Hello, how you doing?
I'm fine.
This is something like you know we'll talk about
What is your name? What is your name? What is your name, Chief?
The police should also be there to be
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, your name and where you call from?
You are speaking with Charles Paul for the National Foreign Presided PUR Committee.
Charles Paul?
Charles Paul, P-O-U-R.
Okay, Charles Paul. Let's hear you.
Yeah, thank you for the talking point. Our President Joseph Boaga and Jeremiah Kuhn are making fun of our country. For them to say they were arrested on the Safogo because in the statement.
Oh, Chief. Hello. Okay, thank you ever so much. Let's try this one. Hello.
Hello.
Your name and where you call from?
Hello.
But you are on the air. Okay, thank you. We've got other things to talk about. Captain Colley has to go. Let's go to the women's side. Hello.
Yes. Hello, sir.
Yes. Good afternoon.
Yes. My name is Grace Poitier, calling from Somalia.
You say your name?
Grace Poitier.
Let's hear you.
Okay, thank you for the studio guest and thank you for the discussion. Actually, hello?
We're listening to you.
Okay, thank you. Actually, the president, I believe he has good mind and good motive for this country, but the people that are around him, they are the one that they are going to disgrace him. They are not doing well for him. All because, I don't know, they pay money which he brought there and he left the people that got vast experience that he's supposed to put at the front and something.
All right, thank you.
We pray that God will help him, that he will know what to do.
Okay, thank you. Captain Colley,
Yeah.
you can respond and then include your closing remarks.
Yeah.
We've got other issues to talk about.
Sam, I want to appreciate all of the callers. They made the day for all of us. I think what I said, everybody agreed to it. I just want to tell my colleagues that I don't want to be police director in this country. I'm a military man. I really wanted to serve in the army and to reach a level where I could serve the army as a chief of staff. And at this time, or battalion commander. And I also want to inform this guy who's made a salient point. He said the two chairs that been used by the majority black speaker, the majority black so-called speaker, Rachel Cohn and Tomo Farah, was found in the city hall and they using it. How? Where were they when the fire was burning? Or the fire did not go that side? With the blade that we saw, with the smoke we saw, the chair could stay big, shiny, clean. Let me real here. You know, most of us that in the team, we know all of us, we are soldiers. The Rachel Cohn, the Tomo Farah, all of them are soldiers. They know. I know. Some of them disarmed. So you look at my face. Some of them who got record on them. They disarmed as a militia. And I see people who run in the country. Well, be real. But I said to young people in Liberia, don't allow yourself to be used by anybody, by politicians. Let all of us demonstrate commitment to the peace process. 2029 coming. There will be a precedent that will bring the country back to Liberia. If you can look at big country like that, no foreign policy, but you got foreign ministry. Where are we going? To conclude, I'm asking the defense minister to take our document to the president for appointment of the Veteran Bureau. We did carry on the vetting as a veteran community. And we took that document to her.
I didn't call you yet for that.
But I have to say, you said I should conclude. I'm concluding now. We need the appointment. What we have done.
You just taking advantage of that.
These kind of cases, we need to go be part of it. We need to be part of it to investigate it. We have director. We choose our leader, the man who can work with. That the soldiers, people. Don't close it in. You're not close it in.
Your back open, man.
Everybody
listen to you.
Nobody listen.
No. The boy is
okay, please. On the board, I've been said, have a board meeting, give our document. In no way, follow the announcement. We will come and set a committee right before the board and get on our vetting. The man we choose will stay choosing. God bless you.
Okay, he's Captain Jerry Colley, one of the security experts of Liberia, sharing his thought on what unfolded and still unfolding on Capitol Hill, involving the House of Representatives, the Senate, and Mr. President himself. He could not have come in at no better time than now. You're listening to Real Talk on Kings 88.5 with me, Sam Andrews. Let's break, and then we move to something else on the show.
His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent. His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
Let's get to other things as quickly as we can. Continue playing the Kane's Three Wise Men Jackpot and get yourself 10,000 Liberian dollars. The season is on. You need money. Play as many times. We are giving out 10,000 Liberian dollars for you. We gave you 10,000 Liberian dollars. Play with 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50. That's all. Play by dialing *799*25#. That's all you need to do, and you have your 10,000 Liberian dollars, which is yours. You just take it. We're giving it out to you. It's not for us. Take it, carry it, please. Yeah. That's all you need to do. Play with 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50, and you play by dialing 799*25#. That's all you need to do. Nothing more, nothing less. And then you have your 10,000 Liberian dollars. Let's play in no time so that we start drawing winners, giving out 10,000 Liberian dollars. All right, other issues as quickly as we can before we get out of the show. The Supreme Court of Liberia has suspended from the practice of law for 2 months, it said, directly and indirectly, former Information Minister, Councillor Lawrence Komla Brople. According to the court, it is the court in its ruling, which came down this week, that's why yesterday, Thursday, it said Councillor Brople's suspension is because of his negligent act that affected his client. Also, the court have instructed Councillor Brople to attend training at the Judicial Institute in Civil Procedure Law, and he is to submit a copy of the certificate to the clerk as proof of completion of the prescribed training for the next 2 months. And then what the government has started or has resolved to do, they have provided or seconded security, EPS security, to Richard Kuhn. Richard Kuhn now has an escort and EPS security. The president recognized Richard Kuhn as the Speaker of the House of Representatives and not Fonati Kofa. So they've given Richard Kuhn EPS security guards. And Richard Kuhn moves with convoy and escort of that convoy, the police escort. The majority bloc recognized him as the speaker. They inducted him. The president recognized him. He refers to Richard Kuhn as the speaker. He calls Richard Kuhn the speaker. Why Fonati Kofa is still the Speaker of the House of Representatives. On yesterday, the speaker went to the Capitol building and found his office door lock. The lock was changed, new one put there, and wires were cut from his office. No light, but the other floor had light, electricity, but the speaker flow off. Just a day after the fire and the police call in people. You see why I said that whole thing and Captain Colley just confirmed that is they know what's up. They know. Why can the police, you see, when you have a crime scene and you allow people to move in and out, you know exactly you're using that to destroy evidence. That's all. Had they called in off that area, these things would not be happening. But the people know. The people know this too is Liberia, man. You don't believe in that thing. Every other person they will try arresting, if they charge anybody yet just to suffer them, they will just lie on them. They compromise everything. It finished. That whole thing compromised. You heard the man talking about calling off the place, doing an extensive search of every room. Didn't I say that today? Here, I did not talk on that thing. The security man, I wouldn't call him. In fact, this morning, it was this afternoon that he even confirmed he was coming because I had given up. You heard him say, that is exactly, didn't I tell you that's how I go? We see the thing, we may not have the opportunity to travel all over the world, but we see the thing on screen, even though they are movie, but they teach lesson. We see it on screen. That's what you do in such a situation. Because if you allow people to move in and out, it finished. No evidence again. You can investigate anything because everything now is just in a state of confusion. That's what happened. That's what happened. So Richard Kun has his security, EPS, assigned to him now. What a dreadful situation it is. But Fonati will not resign, no matter. Fonati will not resign. You saw that situation yesterday that happened on Wednesday, rather. It'll be explained that to you. I saw that video, but I bet if it was the speaker who had done that, Unity Party people who have argued again, culture, or when we have greeted the vice president, they took it out of context. So why you can blast Bwaka? You know that Bwaka refused to shake the speakers. Other people argue the speaker snubbed the president. No. Fonati Kofa is a rational, literate person, highly educated and civilized, refined. He can do that. It was, go to the video, watch it over and over, zoom it. It was the president who refused Kofa's greeting. You go back to the video, you watch it over and over, you will see. He started from immediately he got down from the car, he started greeting everybody, shaking their hands. The vice president responded faintly because the president then and the president in like Kofa. So he knows that the president will not greet Kofa. So he tried to please the president before Kofa can get there. He snubbed Kofa. The president, he went to the president. Richard Kun sitting there. Richard Kun, you're looking at the man. All of them shame, jealous. You can see grudge. You see envy. You see all kinds of things in the people's faces. Listen, reconciliation in this country is dead. The tension, the president continued to heighten tension. I told you people, that flow can be can be restored. That flow, it can be restored. There will be many days there will be fighting in that place. We are about to hear confessions. We are about to hear a normal thing. You hold on. The show just starting. The show just starting. Until Fonati Kofa is out of that place in accordance with the law, the guys can do what they are doing. When Fonati Kofa is out, we'll hear confession. We'll hear blasting. We'll hear people blasting each other, insulting each other. You will hear real confessions. You will hear the exposure of the presidency. You will hear all kinds of things coming about those guys individually in that place. But as it stands, the speaker will not resign, no matter what the president does. He can do any and everything he has planned. Their plan working, but the speaker is not intimidated. No, the speaker is not intimidated. Their plan is working, but the speaker is not intimidated. He's not scared. He's not moved. He still got options, not option, but options available to him. Who is embarrassed? Mr. President is embarrassed. Who is shamed? Mr. President and his people are shamed. The speaker is grounded. He's relaxed. He's not going to move. No, just like the three Hebrew brothers. Just like the three Hebrew brothers. They said, "Oh, King Nebuchadnezzar, oh, President Nebuchadnezzar, your Royal Highness." They respected the king, Nebuchadnezzar, just as the speaker respects Joseph Barker. But he doesn't fall prey to Barker's whims and caprice, all that he's doing. The three Hebrews brothers said, "O king, most respectful, your honor, sir. But here is it we want you to know. Even if our God cannot save us, we will not kowtow in your parole. We will not bow." Now here is it. Y'all go and read that text. It's in Daniel chapter 3. The history behind it is what we see today. The speaker refused from the very first day till now to give in because he's grounded in the law. The three Hebrew brothers refused to give in to all of the intimidation and harassment, so much so it led to fire tribulation, because they knew the law. And this should serve as a good lesson for everybody. The speaker is helping, he has helped and will continue to help this country. The speaker is putting a stop to a mess that has messed this country up for a very long time. He has brought an end to this thing of just waking up in the morning and everybody dancing to the gallery of the president. And whatever the president wants, it should happen. The speaker has put an end to it. Moving forward, nobody will ever attempt to do that again. No president will ever attempt to remove a speaker. This is the last. This is the last. And the hero in this thing is not Bwaka. The hero here is Fonati Kofa. People around the world have started to write books about him that will be used. People will read. Bwaka people will read. You get our other man. He say he's speaker. How will you have two persons as speaker? In fact, we don't even have two. Let's not qualify that thing. We don't have two. We have one speaker. Rachel Kun is just that prank, a comedy. Bwaka, no matter the intimidation, the speaker will not resign. You take everything from him, but you can't take the position. No, the law is the law. You can get Rachel Kun, or even the president can take some of his security detail and get to Rachel Kun. You know what I mean? Nothing. You know, you can see how Rachel Kun can look funny in the midst of people when you deserve something. When people just forcing it on you. The forcing it on you, you can look like Mickey Moore. That's how Rachel Kun looks. You can see the man ain't even able to preside, but that's up to them. It will be shown with time. But I'm just talking about the obsession for power. Play the King's Card giveaway. Let's do it as quickly as we can. We've got a few minutes to zoom out on the show. Let's play as we can, play as many times as you can play down star 799 star 25 hash and play with only 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50, and you have your 10,000. That what unfolded today. Now, I've not seen how the deputy speaker, every time they are in their session, Sekou Konen will be the one sitting on the other side. I do not know what is unfolding, but very seldom Thomas Fala is there. And interestingly, Richard Kun doesn't know. He even know the procedure of presiding. Yes, Area. We will laugh. We will laugh in this place couple of months for that. 2025, that laughing year, the real laughing. Oh, 2025. Let's see. Let's pull off everything formal assignment. That Friday, don't worry, we got to amuse ourselves. Monday we start with the formal political thing, but let's just say it this way: 2025, that laughing year. Look, you will see the mumune, the tani. Ego, you see, when you rush for something, when you're so obsessed, when you're so hot, when you get it, all of the other things are finished. It's just like wedding. It's just like any program. The preparation there, pam, you go through. After that, the expectation, the focus on you to deliver, to perform. That's when people start to see and know that truly you didn't deserve, or you don't deserve it, but others did it for you. Pwaga then the fighting for Richard Kun. Many days Pwaga will be embarrassed. Many days his colleagues will be shamed. Some of them will regret why they did it. When you everything, let me tell you people, everything that they're doing against Fonati Kofa, threatening him, taking the security from him, locking his office, cutting wires, all of these things are grudge. They are hate. They are malice. All of these things have reciprocal effect. All of these things. When you do it to a given person or to a person, don't think that it is over. It will get back to you. It will haunt you. It will not come, it may not come the same way, but you will feel yours. Why? Because you're playing evil. No one who plans evil against another person goes free. No, God does not give in to impunity for evil. Instead, he punishes evil. He creates a scene by which you will feel the same thing, which will make you to know that you did it to somebody. You're enjoying the power today. You have the power, you have the covering, you have the money. None of you are thinking about the aftermath. I saw the other man say he crying when the place got on fire. Say you're crying if you're from the majority block. That was a pretense. Crying for what? Your house not burned. Nothing happened to your family. Then you crying. Crying for what? What the representatives are? You're crying. Crying for what? Does that make sense? It was just another comedy. You should be, I thought he would have cried by telling his colleagues, gentlemen, we're in this situation. But let's start looking at options of reconciliation after everything. These are our brothers and sisters. They are our colleagues. They are legislators. They are first branch of government members. As much as we disagree, we have some prop-up charges against the speaker. We want him to get out, but there is an end to this crisis, and we need to look in each other's faces. We need to sit on the same table. We don't want to finish with everything and then we bow our heads. We are ashamed. Certain people can speak to certain people can speak to certain people. That's what will happen over there. I thought about he was going to be about building burning and you crying. And not the building you're sitting in, you start saying all kinds of stuff. You think that phone you're doing it too? Yeah, look at you now. You're sitting in City Hall. From City Hall, but why you didn't go back to RLJ? You're tired with RLJ? You sure go back to RLJ? How you're going to reconcile that flow now? How the new speaker going to reconcile that flow? What a shame! What a disgrace! The American government have told you you're only eligible. You're not going to get $5. Just say that. That is the end of that whole thing. Do you know that one bad event can undo a positive event? All that has been happening in recent time at that legislature, you know that it can undo. If there is a possible 500 million with all of those benchmarks, you know that they can use a couple of them to deny you that 500 million. Unity Party people, you're saying you think real good. You start analyzing, look at it from the period point. You think they because they say 500 million, so even your kid millions of people, then the American government will stay here because it said no. Only God. When God said something, he can change. But man can change. You're not thinking that some of these things that are happening will have a serious bearing on that whole thing. The people have given you a hint, but yet you're not reasoning. The people tell you, nowhere they have not said this to any government over the time. No. This is the first time and the first government is saying it to. In essence, since you can reason, you're rushing. Let's make it clear that your eligibility is not a guarantee. Guarantee is surety. That what guarantee is, look up the word guarantee, is surety, meaning is a set. But the people tell you that there is nothing sure. There is nothing certain. There is nothing possible. What does that mean? If you hear that, it's telling you that you might or you might not. So just hold on. You are at our mercy. We're looking at certain things still. We're looking at that. That's what the people told the government. You're sitting, you're fanatics of the government. You're trying to be philosophical. Simple English. But I can't blame the people. You know why very many of you were excited running around? Because you look up to those people as your brains. Instead of using your own brain. Instead of using your independent thought or reason. You people were excited. Until the people came and said, no, how it is being spread, that's not what we have in our plan. Nothing absolutely is guaranteed. Nothing is sure. Nothing is set. The people now, they are skeptical. They think, tell you, yeah, you will come back, you say, Sam Andrew said it. The things that are happening now, the people watching and seeing all of these things, and they are grave enough, and all of them bothered on the discarding of the law, disrespect, all of those things. They are grave in the eyes of the American, or the measurement of the Americans relative to that MCC compact. They are very grave. All of these things that are happening, they are very grave in the eyes of the people. You think the people will sit there? They will be irrational enough seeing all of these things, which are wrong by their standard of how money is given. Then they take 500 million and give it. They will be accomplice to the crime. And they cannot make themselves accomplice or accomplices to the crime. They can't do that. So in essence, they're telling the government, hold on. Hold on. There's nothing to rush yet. There are other options. There are other things we are looking at. So hold on. There is no guarantee yet for giving you 500 million. There's no guarantee. Now, some of the Unity Party people who know very well that all of these things have impact, but they were using the illiteracy of most of the fanatics. They changed now. They're putting it in different version. Why are they putting it in different version? Because they know that some of these things that are happening in the country will have a serious impact on that MCC scorecard or compact versus Liberia. So, yesterday, the government is having a rethink. Boaga is thinking. You know why Boaga attempted to call those people the lawmakers? To find a resolution to that whole thing. But it's late. The impact, what did the people were waiting. Boaga called the meeting last night. I know whether I think even whether they had it and follow. No, I was listening to my man AB. I don't know whether it happened or it ain't happy. But something necessitated that meeting. This president never called from the very first day the thing being on. He never called the 2 blocks. Why did he call last night? for them to mean something. He knows. He knows. We're going into the weekend. We'll hear more. The pressure is on. America can watch you carefully. They don't rush. They can wait for the soup to get cold before they drink it. And he gave Rachel Kuhn security detail. You think the people, they are irrational? They didn't know that Fonati Kofa is the speaker. He gave security detail to Richard Kuhn, gave Serene, Richard Kuhn moving all around. Pia, 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 pia. When you have the speaker on the ground, you sit down. You sit down. The place got a fire. The police call in certain people. From a political standpoint, the next day, the speaker office, Dolac, wire cut all over the place. But the other floors have current. The American catalog, all of these things, the people writing all of these things down, all of them will form the report of blatant disregard of the rule of law. Under Joseph Yema Boakai hands, there is no surety on their part, no conviction that they can give 500 million. Yesterday, I'm not hoping, I'm not a wishful thinker. I'm not saying hoping that you will not, you shouldn't have. We talk the indicators, the factors which form opinion into decision. These things, I want to believe is one of the reasons. The people say, oh, let's hold on here. Take your time, don't rush. We know that you made an announcement, all of your people are excited, your officials, but hold on yet. There is nothing setting yet, nothing decided yet. You are just a member, one of the members. That's what they're saying. You're just one of the members. By that expression, they say Liberia is not. It's not a guarantee. It's not a guarantee. That means they decide nothing here, nothing sure. Don't be relaxed that you come and get 500 million. There are other things that we're looking at. This situation will change the people's decision. All that have been happening at that Capitol building, then the people can hear building brain. But the people gave the hint, the 3 statements the United States government released. If this government was sensitive enough, they'll look at those 3 statements and start backing off on some of the things that are happening. And they say it's smart. I see you. The news is on at 6, and then at 8, AB Weah is on. Sorry, I can't read your comments, but it's good that you have written. We've got to go. The next announcer is on. My name is Sam Andrews. Hopefully, by God's grace, we'll meet next week, Monday. Shalom. This is how we go home.
His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region. And this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
When somebody tells you all FM stations are the same, they haven't been listening. 88.5 FM is totally different. That's why true music lovers make a big switch. And because you have a winner taste, 88.5 FM is your only station.
Begin at tunes.com.
Buggy Raw.
I got everybody bolo, everybody bolo. I got cities by the bolo, cities by the bolo. I got LIB money by the bolo, I got American money by the bolo. I said these cockroaches mad cause a nigga came here in a banana boat. Oh yeah. Got $500,000 in a banana boat. I said these cockroaches mad cause a nigga came here in a banana boat. Oh yeah. Got $500,000 in a banana boat. My team get your money. What they say about us? Now the dippers dipping with us. What they say about us? Now the money coming by the trucks. What they say about us? Flip the work, get the money, ain't got we trust. What they say about us? They call us up for these scratch us. Oh yeah. Now we getting the money, she make it clap back. They call us refugees. Now we getting him, now we counting green. Now we smoking all the green. I got everybody bolo, I got cities by the bolo, I got LIB money by the bolo, I got American money by the bolo. I said these cockroaches mad cause a nigga came here in a banana boat. Oh yeah. Got $500,000 in a banana boat. I said these cockroaches mad cause a nigga came here in a banana boat. Oh yeah. Got $500,000 in a banana boat.
Imported from LIB, America's stepchild. Came to spend that US money in exile. Welcome my banana boat. I said my people can't go. Me, I'm a country boy. I told the street and walk a ball. My country gas, she don't go outside. We in the house, counting my eating fanting bread. I said y'all know the whole ye. Y'all know the whole ufu. My chamo in the kitchen while we drinking, playing Lulu. My dollar putting my nigga going fashion mugu. Yana vis-a-vis, we spending CFA just to eat read. But now we label political refugees. No place that we rather be, but count on our currency. African gold pure, my bikini I guarantee. Fine, can remember me. Used to call me booty scratcher. Coming to my shows, I'm digging the booty after. Calling me Bucky Rowe, get the mind. Not this sport.
I got everybody bolo,